Thank you, Alex. Brian, obviously, uh, game there's not a lot of positives, but I wanted to know uh, what was it that you think kind of had the team so nervous and lethargic to just begin the game here tonight?
I wish I had an answer for that, Nico. Maybe we got them too wound up. I mean, I think I'll have to reflect on the messaging that we had prior to the game. But it certainly was not in our intent to allow LAFC just to walk the ball up into our half of the field and put us under pressure defensively. And then offensively, you know, when we did get the ball into their half of the field on some transition moments, we just didn't keep the ball. We were playing rushed even to try and score goals. You couple that with the bad giveaways. I mean, we gave them some goals. You're never going to beat a team as good as LAFC, and you're never going to, actually any team in MLS, if you play like that.
Reminder, hit the raise hand button at the bottom of your screen. The next question will go to Jeremiah Oshan. Jeremiah, your line is coming off mute.
Hey, Brian. What? We saw that Danny Leyva has a broken foot. What's going on with him?
He broke his fifth metatarsal in training.
Thanks.
Next question will go to Alonzo from Area Sports Network. Alonzo, your line is coming off mute. Please go ahead.
Hi, Coach. I know it's tough loss, but great job for Bruin. He scored. He put the team back in the game. But what was the intention when you subbed Nohu, who was doing an amazing game?
Well, Nuhu's been very, very good for us, but he was running out of gas. And so when JJ came on, you saw the quality that he has. He was the one that found a couple of very good crosses, very good balls. And that's what Nuhu has to understand. He has to try and get those balls, that final product, the final pass. I just felt we needed fresh legs on both outside backs because that's a big part of our team.
Next question will go to Matt Pence from The Athletic. Matt, your line is coming off mute. Please go ahead and ask your question.
Hey, Coach, you guys seem pretty insistent on building out of the back. Even with some of those turnovers, you stuck with it. Did you consider changing up some of that emphasis, and what was kind of your biggest message at halftime?
We always like to try and play out of the back because we don't like to kick goal kicks long because it becomes an automatic 50-50 ball. I just didn't think we had the right mentality sometimes the right tactics to be a little bit more effective. The times that we were able to play out from the back, start on the right side, end on the left side with Jordan and Nuhu, I thought that worked. So again, we'll continue to try and play out of the back. That's something that we feel is important.
Next question will go to Jada Evans, Seattle Times. Jada, your line is being cleared. Please go ahead and ask your question.
Hi, Coach. You had said earlier that, am I to understand that you guys had maybe played this up a little bit too much? Is that what you mean as far as the way that you guys approach this?
I don't know, Jada. I said I'd reflect. Maybe we got them too wound up. Look, they're emotional guys. They wanted to go and perform well. It was a measuring stick for us, and so we failed tonight. And I'll reflect on the job that we did. It's my job as a coach to give the players the right tools to be successful, whether that's through verbal instruction, whether that's training on the field. We'll obviously go over everything that we did to try and make sure we get them in a good headspace mentally and also physically ready to play.
Next question will go to Chris Francis over at Cairo TV. Chris, your line is being unmuted. Please go ahead.
Hey, Coach, you mentioned messaging. I mean, I think we all know that LA likes to play that up-tempo, fast break style, and your players, and that. How are they still able to they basically impose their will on your team?
Well, we needed to, again, establish more possession in their half of the field to slow them down a little bit. They were the ones on shorter rest. We needed to defend higher up the field, not allow them to come into our half of the field so easy. So, that's the initial assessment from what I saw on the field. Obviously, we'll watch the tape and we'll try and get better.
Next question, we'll go to Mickey Turner. Mickey, your line is being brought off mute. Please go ahead.
Thanks, Coach. Wanted to ask, obviously, about the center backs had a bit of a rough go. What did you see out there that caused them to have such a tough time with LAFC? Was it the pressing, some of the decision-making? What did you see?
I think it was a team effort. A team. We didn't defend well as a team. I can't pin it on any single player. I can't pin it on any group or set of players. The whole team didn't perform up to standards.
Next question will go to Maz Vida-Morer. Maz, you are coming off mute. Please go ahead.
Thank you. Hey, Brian, just moving forward, what's the next few days like for the team, the coaching staff, and you guys get back? Because there's a sense of moving forward. Just asking what the next few days will be like for the team.
Thanks for that question, Maz. I'd like to look forward. We'll certainly rehash the tape and learn from it, but looking forward, we're going to give them some time off. They've obviously been away from their families for a long time. We'll head back to Seattle tomorrow and, get a schedule together for our training prior to the start of the season.
Take a couple of more. We'll go over to Mark Kastner from Sounder at Heart next. Mark, your line should be coming off mute here. Please go ahead and ask your questions.
Yeah, you say, Coach, you'll get ready for next season. There's been a couple of reports floating around. Do you have any idea of what the regular season looks like going forward?
I don't have anything more than what you guys have read in some of the publications, but I'm pretty sure that we're going to have some regular season. We just don't know all of the exact details, but we're going to prepare like there's going to be more games this year.
Take one or two follow-ups here. I believe Nico Moreno has another question. Nico, you're unmuted. Please go ahead.
Thanks. Coach, taking a look at tonight and the tournament overall, is there anything that maybe has come as new racing concerns that you might have to emphasize or address, looking into what you just said, a regular season?
No, I don't. Look, we're too good of a team to start panicking. The game against Chicago was a challenging one for us. This game wasn't our best performance, but we know we're capable of playing better, and we certainly will be playing better later in the year.
We'll go one last question here to Jose Moreno. Jose, your line is being brought off mute.
Coach, congratulations on completing the tournament. Obviously, it's not the end that you guys wanted, but thinking on the positive, what are some of the things that you saw from a quick turnaround perspective, and having to force your players to move to a whole new area and live essentially in a bubble? What are some of the things that you think or that you see are some of the positives in terms of leadership and also growth?
Well, I think all the teams that came down here to the bubble learned certain things. We learned to make do in some adverse conditions, and, training was a little bit different, the training rhythm, all of that sort of stuff. We had to adjust on the fly. So there's certain things that we can take for future road trips or future preseasons, because this was almost as long as was actually our longest trip for a preseason and games. So we'll again take a look at everything, all the travel, all the meals, all the training, all the gym, all the workouts, and we'll try and get better.